What's up guys, Nathan here, and today I'm going to teach you how to play poker and start winning confidently in 5 minutes or less. Let's jump right into it. Alright guys, so the first thing you need to know about Texas Hold'em is that you're going to get dealt 2 cards face down before the start of the hand. Now don't show anybody these cards, and if you have a good hand, you want to be raising it up. Now people are going to ask me, now Nathan, what is a good hand? So let me show you right now. So if you play in a 6-player poker game, which are popular on the internet in particular, I would suggest playing the yellow hands on this chart on your screen right here. This roughly represents the top 20% of all hands that you can be dealt. These are mathematically the strongest 20% of hands, and we're going to talk about in a second why this matters so much. Now, some of you guys might play in a 9 or 10 player poker game, though these are really popular in a casino, in private games, and so on. And I would suggest playing the yellow hands on this chart on your screen right here. This roughly represents the top 15% of all hands mathematically in the game of Texas Hold'em. Now, the next thing you want to be paying attention to is your position at the poker table. So I put up a 6-player poker table on your screen right now. What you guys need to know is that the button and the cutoff are by far the 2 most profitable seats at the poker table, because what that allows you to do is to act last. You get to see what everyone else does, as we're going to discuss in a second, before you act, which is a massive statistically proven advantage in the game. Now, the button in poker, as you can see there, is the one that has the dealer chip in front of you, and the cutoff will be the seat directly to your right. You want to try to play the majority of your hands in these 2 seats. Alright, so now let's get into the heart and soul of poker, which is the flop, turn, and river. Now the flop is the 3 cards that get put down in the middle of the table by the dealer. These are also called the community cards, and your goal is to take your 2 cards that you are already dealt and make the best 5-card poker hand. There's also a turn and a river that comes after that. Those are just 1 card each, and there's a betting round after each stage. Once again, these cards, by the way, are placed face up on the table so that everyone at the table can use these cards. Now, your goal in poker is to make the best 5-card poker hand with the 2 cards that you were dealt before the flop face down, and the 3, 4, or 5 cards that are in the middle of the board. Now, these hand rankings on your screen here, you guys need to memorize these. The best hand in poker is a royal flush, then a straight flush, then a 4 of a kind full house, flush, straight, 3 of a kind, 2 pair, 1 pair hand, and a high card. Once again, guys, I would highly recommend committing this to memory. You need to know this stuff off by heart at the poker table. It should be totally automatic. Now, the next thing you guys need to know about poker is that if you have a good hand, you need to bet big. So, for example, you have a hand like a straight. You got dealt 7, 8 of hearts before the flop. Remember those 2 cards face down, and say the flop comes with a 5, 6, 9. Or perhaps you have a full house. Say you got dealt pocket 4s and the flop comes down with a 4, 3, 3. Guys, in both of these scenarios, you should be betting big or raising if somebody has already bet it. A big mistake that a lot of beginner players make is slow playing too much, trying to get tricky, checking too much. Guys, don't do that in low stakes games. The only way to win a big pot is by building it. And conversely, guys, if you have a bad hand, you often just want to be checking and or giving up. I'm giving you an example here. You have ace high, ace queen, and the flop comes down with a 5, 6, 10. You don't have anything on this board. We don't even have any straight draws, flush draws, nothing. You just want to be checking and often giving up. Same thing with a hand like bottom pair. Perhaps you have 10, 9 suited, and the flop comes with a 9, king, ace. Guys, we don't want to be playing big pots, calling big bets with bad hands like this. And we also don't want to be trying to bluff people. And because in lower stakes games, this is very often a recipe for disaster, because people love to call in a low stakes games too much. And my final tip for how to start confidently winning at poker and how to play poker as well is that you need to master the mental game. Guys, the biggest illusion about the game of poker is that it's all about the cards in your hand, as I've discussed all throughout this video. No, it's actually right here. It's between your ears, and this is where most people go wrong in this game, because the simple fact of the matter is, in poker, if you guys have played any amount yourself, is that you're going to get unlucky sometimes for significant significant periods of time, and most poker players lose their cool during these periods. They go on what we call tilt. They get frustrated. They start throwing away their money. Those few exceptional poker players who are able to keep their emotional cool during these periods of time when you're getting unlucky, you're already going to be ahead of 95% of poker players out there. And if you want to be ahead of all 99%, make sure you grab a copy of my free poker cheat sheet. That'll be the top link in the description below. Guys, this is how to play poker in around 5 minutes or less. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know if you have any further questions about how to play poker in the description below, and also like and subscribe if you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching, guys. All the best of the poker tables. This has been Nathan Williams with BlackRain79.com.